Here we are with the tail of the tape. Yodtanong Petnapachai taking on Gwak Ryeong Pyo from South Korea. Scheduled for 3 rounds of Muay Thai action at 60 kilograms for this one. Our referee, the third man in the ring, explaining the last minute instructions before we get straight into action. Looking forward to this one. This will be a great show. The last Thailand versus China show was a lot of fun, and this one will be too. Here we are for round number 1. Thailand versus South Korea. Already Gwak Ryeong Pyo in the orthodox stance there, with Yodtanong as well. Trying to set up the hands nicely. Oh, and answers back with a thunderous leg kick there from Yodtanong.
Gwak Ryeong Pyo going for the spinning back kick there. Did land quite nicely. I think a bit of a shock to Yodtanong.
And I really like the level changes from Gwak Ryeong Pyo. He locks up inside the clinch, but having a little bit of trouble there with the strong vice grip lock from Yodtanong there.
Gwak Ryeong Pyo needs to lock his hands up and get a strong position in the clinch, because Yodtanong is looking very strong in that position.
Just looks a little bit more adept inside the clinch there for me. The experience really shining through there from Yodtanong with the 84 fights over Gwak Ryeong Pyo's 19 fights.
I think it is important to note that Yodtanong does favour a punch and a knee, so he is a Muay Thai stylist, which will benefit him in this clinch position as he takes Gwak Ryeong Pyo to the canvas.
We get back into it. Thank you for joining us today. All those who are watching on the live stream, this is a pleasure to call these fights as Gwak Ryeong Pyo tries to set up the leg kick here, just finding his rhythm and timing against the highly experienced Yodtanong.
Yodtanong seems to be evading everything that Gwak Ryeong Pyo does seem to be throwing, but those leg kicks do seem to be landing. Just a little bit more power behind them would be nice to really do some damage to Yodtanong, who is absolutely phenomenal in this clinch position, just asserting pure dominance as he climbs up onto the body of Gwak Ryeong Pyo.
So for those who are watching at home, might be asking, oh, why has Fairtex got MMA on the card? We actually used to have MMA cards, MMA fights on the cards, but it's been a little while, so it's not a new development. We like to bring all combat sports. We've had boxing, we've had MMA, we've had small glove, Muay Thai as well. But here we are for this one, 3 rounds of Muay Thai with 30 seconds to go. Tied up inside the clinch as our referee breaks them apart.
Gwak Ryeong Pyo started to pressure forward there and take the fight to Yodtanong, but that clinch position, Yodtanong is just so strong in the upper body, really just dragging him about at the moment with a beautiful kick there, doubling it up as well as he sees the opportunity. That left kick has some power.
And that's what you've got to do. You've got to spam the shots as we end the round there. But as I was just saying, you've got to spam those shots. You can't just fire off singles. You're better off sending the doubles, the triples. Keep your opponent guessing, and that's what Yodtanong was doing. You could definitely see the highly experienced veteran in Yodtanong shining through that first round. Unofficially on my scorecard, I'm going to have to throw it to Yodtanong for that one. But, however, I'm just a commentator, not a referee or a judge. Let's have a look at these replays. Eleanor, walk us through it.
I agree with you there, Joe. Although we did see in the last minute or so, Gwak Ryeong Pyo did come out of his second gear and start putting on the pressure, as we saw there with some beautiful hand combinations, followed by some slapping low kicks, which do have more power behind them now. I think perhaps the nerves might have been a little bit there at the beginning, but they're back. And here we have Sanook, don't forget our DJ on a Saturday morning. Let's see if she can bring the vibe to this fight as we start round 2. The referee calls our fighters to center ring for the second round. Don't forget, these are three-minute rounds with only 1 minute rest in between, similar to that of one championship. And don't forget, if fighters perform well here, they may get an invitation to one Friday night fights.
I mean, this is the amazing thing about Fairtex Fight, building opportunities for the next generation, sending them to the global stage. That's the aim of this promotion, to build the next generation of superstars.
Yodtanong got a stabbing right knee in there to the side of Gwak Ryeong Pyo, who just can't quite lock his hands, which is where he's struggling in the clinch. He's not managing to get the strong enough hand position. He's answering back with knees, left, right. But Yodtanong just has that vice lock.
I think if Gwak Ryeong Pyo needs to make a statement here, he needs to keep the distance, stay on the outside, and use the speed to his advantage. He's very quick on the outside, but Yodtanong just walking in and timing those left kicks perfectly to break the distance and just capitalize inside close quarter combat.
I think Yodtanong is very good on the outside and the inside, but that left kick does fire beautifully. Some great balance there as he almost gets Gwak Ryeong Pyo in some kind of chokehold.
Beautifully timed left kick there from Yodtanong. Just the timing as well, just so beautiful at the moment. As soon as Gwak Ryeong Pyo steps in with the right hand, he just throws up the left kick and slaps it in on the midsection of Gwak Ryeong Pyo. And you can see all the reddening on the right side of his body there as well.
I will say though, Yodtanong does look to be almost tiring a little bit. He is looking pretty tired, whereas Gwak Ryeong Pyo is pretty fresh-faced. He's still pressuring forward. He's still got the gas tank to keep putting the pressure on Yodtanong, who tries to fire that right elbow over in the clinch. That's the first elbow of the fight we've seen there. Beautifully timed from the clinch.
The hands nice and high there from Gwak Ryeong Pyo. Goes down below. There's a fair bit of blood rushing out of the nose of Gwak Ryeong Pyo. Really turning up the heat here, relying on a lot of heart, the heart of a lion. Oh, and a big stabbing knee there from Yodtanong, breaking the frame of Gwak Ryeong Pyo.
What a knee through the center there. Gwak Ryeong Pyo must have felt that, because I know we in the commentary box certainly felt that one. He's still up on though. He's ready to go. He's ready to go again and fire those four-piece hand combinations. But Yodtanong just keeps him at bay with that beautiful leg block.
Nice catch of the teeth to throw the overhand over the right, and that is the end of round number 2.
What do you take away from that round, Joe Comfort?
I think for me, Gwak Ryeong Pyo is just finding it a little bit hard to find his rhythm and distance engagement in this one. I think as I said, the experience really shining through from Yodtanong on this one. Just timing the left kicks perfectly and breaking down the distance really well as Gwak Ryeong Pyo tries to up the pressure and stick onto him. But as soon as he does that, Yodtanong just locks on and sweeps him off his feet.
It's definitely a difficult skill for a fighter to maintain in that boxing low kick distance without entering the clinch. And that is something that Gwak Ryeong Pyo needs to try and do here. Maintain that boxing distance, but stay away from the clinch of Yodtanong, who is so strong with those knees and that arm positioning, as we saw there, blocking his opponent and dragging him in. I mean, he needs to be careful. Gwak Ryeong Pyo could find his head pulled down there from that position, and that is not where you want to be.
I think for round number 3, what Ryeong Pyo needs to do is push off with both hands and then offload with the boxing and go back down to the leg kicks. But here we are for round number 3, the third and final round of action.
Beautiful spinning elbow there from Gwak Ryeong Pyo, nearly landing as Yodtanong has to jump on and lock him up to just stop the pressure of Gwak Ryeong Pyo. It seems his corner have told him to pressure forward with hands and kicks firing at all levels.
Ooh, a little Superman punch to enter inside the clinch. He's finding it hard to find the right placement. And it just looks like Yodtanong gets the upper hand every single time.
I do think though that Thais, their clinch technique is another level compared to foreigners sometimes from anywhere in the world. The Thais have been doing this since they are 4 or 5 years old. They just know how to distribute the weight and get the arm control. It's a real technical skill.
It's also just the volume of training that they do every day, training twice a day and 30, 40 minutes of clinching. You definitely get good at, practicing and practicing and practicing. It's just like doing your times tables or your math drills when you're a kid. Just the high volume of it, you'll get better and better each time. But here we are, back into the fight. A big stabbing knee inside that clinch exchange from Yodtanong. Sitting on the back foot, but doing it very comfortably as well.
I think he knows that he might have taken this fight from Gwak Ryeong Pyo, who has showed incredible heart, marching forward, taking some damaging knees on the way, but not stopping. But I do see a cut above the left eye of Gwak Ryeong Pyo. Not a brilliant place to have a cut, as the blood could go into his eye, but the referee doesn't seem to be stopping this fight.
He's watching it very carefully though, but it is up on the outer rim of the eyelid, so it will cause a fair bit of trouble for Gwak Ryeong Pyo there. And Yodtanong will be looking to get inside that clinch and rub his glove inside of it to make sure it opens up and bleeds more. Just holding there in a 50-50 positioning as our referee breaks them apart.
This has been a very exciting first fight for our first opening bout of the morning with 25 seconds to go. I have been watching this intently. It has been back and forth with some explosive action from Gwak Ryeong Pyo, but the experience of Yodtanong, I think, has just taken this fight from him. The arm control, the way he can read his every move, it really shines through here.
Even though he's looking a bit tired here, he's definitely sitting there very comfortably, and that is the end of the fight. So fairly high-paced fight for this one. 3 rounds of solid Muay Thai action to start things off here at Fairtex Fight for our Saturday morning of action. Let's go and have a look at these replays. What did you think of this? That big spinning back fist, Eleanor.
He did pull off 2 of those spinning elbows, and there's the second one there. I mean, like you always say, Joe, I learned this from you, high risk, high reward technique. It's not something that everyone can pull off, but it's definitely something that can just throw your opponent off. And a beautiful high kick there from Yodtanong.
A big show of heart from the Korean Zombie King, Gwak Ryeong Pyo, and a good learning experience too.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the completion of all 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges scored this bout 30-27. 30-27, 30-27, 30-27. For the winner, in the red corner, Yodtanong Petnapachai.